What up, everybody? It's your boy Adrian. And before I get started, I just want to say I hope everybody out there being safe, being smart, and staying healthy. I know it's been a lot of chaos in the world going on with the COVID-19, and I hope everybody practices what the CDC says: social distancing, wash your hands, be smart, stay as much as you can, and just do what you need to do to keep this virus down. Let's get back to normalcy in life because I know we all been missing it, and I know we all cannot wait. But bless everybody. But there hasn't been much to talk about. But NFL free agency kicked off a few days ago. And you already know, first and foremost, before I get to my winners and losers, I'm going to talk about my team. We like to talk about Pittsburgh Steelers. They've been making a couple moves here and there. Breaking news, by the way, they just signed Eric Ebron, tight end, formerly of the Indianapolis Colts, to a 2-year, $12 million deal, which is huge for them because they need a tight end play. Vance McDonald did not get the job done. We let Jesse James go last year, so that's a huge addition. As long as Ebron can stay healthy, middle of the field, they give Big Ben another option to throw the ball to, as long as he comes back healthy. But with that being said, the Steelers had to do one thing first. They had to start to do was get some cap space because we were bottom 3 in the league in amount of cap space available, and we really were pressed to do anything. First and foremost, they restructured the contracts of Big Ben, Pouncey, McDonald, Joe Hayden, and Chris Boswell. Those are all things that the players decided to do. Like I said, freeing up that $10 million of cap space. We also cut Mark Barron. Surprisingly, I think he played pretty good coming over from the Rams last year. We also cut Roosevelt Nix, who was, he was hurt last year. But with that being said, they signed Derek Watt, TJ Watt's older brother and the oldest of the Watt brothers, to a 3-year, $9.75 million deal. Now, hopefully he can stay healthy, and he did a pretty good job right there with Austin Eckler and Melvin Gordon over there in Los Angeles. So I think that's a solid signing. We also cut Johnny Holton. We signed Mike Hilton to a tender, and Matt Fire, who will probably be starting. Ramon Foster retired. He did a great job in the Pittsburgh Steelers uniform, and I even tweeted at him, "Congrats for the things you did for the Steelers. We'll miss you. Congrats on your retirement. Do what you need to do." But we also signed Steven Wisniewski from the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. So, our line's looking stable. We still got Villanueva, still got Pouncey, like I said. So we'll try to keep that intact. And as long as Big Ben can come back healthy, that is the key. He's 38 right now. He said he's feeling no pain in his elbow. He's getting back to rehab. So they said he'll be ready for the season, but we'll see where that takes us immediately. We also big loss for us, Javon Hargrave. And I knew we wouldn't be able to keep him because he signed a 3-year, over $30 million deal with the Philadelphia Eagles. And that was a sneaky good pickup for the Eagles because I think he will emerge and become a stud over there because he's playing mostly in the back of row here and there. And, he did his thing. But, hey, shout out to the man for getting his money. But with that being said, we're going to see if Isaiah Buggs can step up, our draft pick last year out of Alabama. So we're definitely going to need some contribution from him to really make some plays right now. We also franchise tagged Bud Dupree, and I knew that was coming. He had 11.5 sacks last year. And I knew we were gonna do that. So hopefully we can keep him. We got TJ Watt coming up pretty soon. So Minka had a great year. So we're looking good on the defensive side of the ball, and I'm just loving the direction we're going in. We just need the offense to come in sync, and we need to come together as a team. Now, that being said, we also lost B.J. Finney. He signed with Seattle. So, like I said, we got to keep this offensive line together and keep them stable, and then keep James Conner and Benny Snell healthy. Jalen Samuels can keep doing his thing. But with that being said, after compensatory picks were put out, we finished with 6 draft picks. We got a second, a third, 2 fourths, a 6th, and a 7th. Now, the key to in this draft, I really feel like, is we need another wide receiver because a lot of wide receivers didn't get it done this year. Juju was banged up. I haven't liked what I've seen from James Washington thus far. I like Deontay Johnson. I think that's good, but we need another receiver. We could take another tight end too, but I don't think now after the sign of Ebron. So I would say before I thought that. Also, we need a defensive lineman. We could use an offensive lineman. We could definitely use another running back, in my opinion. There's a lot of different directions we could go in this draft. I know we traded away that first round pick last year for Minka, and I think it was well worth it. If we would have kept it, it would have ended up being 18th. So I think Minka is way better than the 18th best player that's drafted in this draft. So with that said, I think we more so need to focus on tuning up this offensively thing. And we're picking that. I just don't think we're going to get a quarterback. Maybe we could take a development Jalen Hurts in the third round. I don't see the Steelers doing that. There's been a lot of talk, a lot of the experts saying we're going to sign Jameis Winston as a backup, but I don't see it's going to happen. And if he does, welcome him to it. But we do need a solid backup because Mason Rudolph and Duck Hodges won't get it done again as the backup quarterback to Big Ben, because we all know Big Ben's always going to miss a couple games a year, and who knows if he'll be ready for the season. And I know we're not going to go out there and go sign Cam Newton or anything like that, because that's not what the Steelers do. But we need to have a viable option at the backup quarterback, and we do need to start looking at future quarterbacks. Big Ben, in my opinion, only has 2 years left, and we have to be prepared and have to make this transition as smooth as possible, because if not, we'll be down a rabbit hole where we can't get out of. Defense will be good, but the offense will be just terrible. I do not want that for this franchise, and I know Mike T and the guys, Kevin Cover, who signed 1-year extension, knows what they're doing, and I'm going to have faith in them. But we'll see. With the draft in about a month or so, we're going to see what direction they decide to do. But they're quietly making noise and just making little moves, as the Steelers usually do, to bounce back, and hopefully we can get in the playoffs. We missed the last 2 years, and let's see. And I hope this COVID-19 stuff can get out of here. But I trust in my Steelers. But with that being said, let's transition to my winners and losers. Briefly, a couple things. My thoughts on free agency so far and going on in the league. My big winners thus far: the Buffalo Bills acquiring Stefon Diggs. I know they gave up a first and a couple other draft picks, a big haul to get him, but it was well worth it. Diggs wanted out of Buffalo. He wasn't getting along with the organization there, and there was time to part. And kudos to Buffalo, especially after Tom Brady leaving New England finally and going to Tampa. That's huge, and I think Buffalo will be primed and ready to win this division, and they should. They're giving Josh Allen all the tools: offensive line, running backs, wide receivers. The defense is loaded, and they're helping him out extremely well. So I look for Buffalo to be East winners. Also, let's go to the Arizona Cardinals. Surprisingly getting a steal for DeAndre Hopkins, only giving up a second-round pick, and got rid of David Johnson's contract for DeAndre Hopkins, one of the top 3 receivers in the league. And they probably will give him a new contract, but it was well worth it. Get Kyler Murray some weapons. Now, the 8th pick in the draft, Arizona can focus on getting an offensive lineman to help Kyler Murray out. He's going to be a stud in his second year, and Arizona's only getting getting better. And that NFC West, man, is loaded. You got Russell Wilson. You still got Jared Goff, who needs some help. You still got Jimmy Garoppolo. The NFC West is loaded, and it is I think the best division in football right now. Another winner, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, signing Tom Brady to a 2-year, $60 million deal, $50 million guaranteed. This whole time I didn't think Tom Brady would leave, but he finally decided, hey, it's time. After 20 years, he's gone. He's a Tampa Bay Buck, and I think they'll end up winning the division. Or, I think they'll be a wild card team. Excuse me to say that. I think New Orleans is still better all around, offensively and defensively, but Tom Brady will make an impact, and they will get to the playoffs. Now, let's transition to the losers. The biggest loser, in my opinion, obviously, and I've been hard on him, tweeting about him a lot over these last few months and over these last couple years, is Bill O'Brien. He is the general manager and the runner of that organization and the head coach. And like I've always said, and I even tweeted out a bunch of times, you cannot be a general manager and a coach. It's too much responsibility. And he is just dropping the ball every chance he has as a decision maker. You do not trade DeAndre Hopkins. I know they didn't get along. I know he wanted the contract. But you do not trade DeAndre Hopkins away from them and take Deshaun Watson's best weapon. Now, if you think Will Fuller is going to be the number one guy, I doubt it, because he cannot stay healthy. Then on top of that, you give Randall Cobb a 3-year deal over $18 million guaranteed. Then you take on David Johnson's contract, who's been hurt the last 2 years. I just don't know what Bill O'Brien is doing. I just think he really needs to reorganize. And the Texans need to get a general manager, because he is just slowly but surely killing his franchise. Traded Clowney away also. Didn't get a first-round pick for Clowney or DeAndre Hopkins, which is ridiculous. And then you traded for Laramie Tunsil, and you still haven't re-signed him. Duke Johnson and Carlos Hyde both did good this year. Carlos Hyde rushed for 1,000 yards, but you cannot keep putting Deshaun Watson in these situations, man. It's just killing him, man. I just feel so bad for him. He's my favorite player in the league outside of my Pittsburgh Steelers team, but this man, you're killing his career right now, and it's just not helping. So I'm not going to continue to bash on them, but, they need to get together. And my other losers are the Rams. Had to cut Todd Gurley yesterday after signing him to a deal 2 years ago. The running back market, man, I'm telling you, it's so bad for the running back market. And if I was a kid growing up, I would not play running back anymore. Todd Gurley ended up signing a 1-year deal with the Falcons this morning, but it's still tough. It's still tough for this running back market. My other team is a big loser. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars, trading away everybody. I know they accumulated a ton of draft picks. They traded Jalen Ramsey, traded AJ Boye. Telvin Smith retired. It's just bad back there. Leonard Fournette probably wants out too. They traded Nick Foles to the Chicago Bears, which is a bad sign for them. The Jacksonville Jaguars are trying to rebuild. They're gonna trust Gardner Minshew, but my guess is they will be going after one of the top quarterbacks in the 21 draft via Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields. But also, I forgot to mention too. By the way, one of my other big losers is the Chicago Bears. I don't know what they're doing. They could have easily traded away for Cam Newton, but they decided to go take on Nick Foles and $50 million of his contract with Mitchell Trubisky, and they signed Jimmy Graham to a 2-year, $16 million deal. Jimmy Graham is done. And by the way, too, they definitely overpaid for Robert Quinn, giving him $30 million guaranteed. What the Chicago Bears doing? I don't know what they're doing. Ryan Pace is trying to save his job, and it's not going to help. But, hey, I'll let him do his thing. But I don't see the NFC North is up in the air, but I'm still going to give it to the Green Bay Packers. So, and I feel bad for one of my favorite guys, Cam Newton. I feel bad for him, man. He's been injured, and, he basically left dry hanging right now. I thought he was going to Chicago, but the big injury factor is teams can't look at him because of the COVID-19 stuff. It's huge. That is huge. But I hope he lands somewhere he can try to get a starting job because he deserves it. He's a starting caliber quarterback as long as he can stay healthy. But there's been a lot of stuff going on in NFL free agency. It's going to continue. I hope this COVID-19 stuff gets over pretty soon. The draft is next month. And I know there's not going to be no fans. But, hey, I'm locked in, ready to go, loaded. And hopefully it just gets better for us. And like I said, everybody stay safe. Got good football to talk about. To continue to go. I trust everybody. Let's stay safe. Hey, it's your boy Adrian. Keep talking about that football. Follow me on Twitter. That's @KeepingTheScore. Follow my YouTube channel. Subscribe and tell a friend and tell a friend. But everybody, have a great day. Stay safe. Be smart. I'm out.